でも気づいてるこかで思ってるレターどんなにレターどんなに君をレターど言ってるレターどでも気づいてるでも気づいてるでも気づいてるこかで思ってる こともせず別れたでも気づいてるでも気づいてる
Can I kick it one time for my boys who loves to chill and knows my joy? No doubt my crew is on my back, it's always on, we right on track. If you're gonna rock with me, I'll let you know we are so free. This is not a good technique, it's just your boy D-U-C-E. Kirakuni Osu is your host, and we got the most. If you want to try us, then we rock you and we got to go. If you like to fly with me, then come along the Star Cipher. If you want to go with me, then we can go into the flow. Get hyper. If you wanna get down, get hyper. If you're rocking the crown, get hyper. If you think you're taking me down, cause you can't take rounds, and you're taking me on now. I get down with the town, get down when I hit 'em with the funky sound. It's a high day with a kick and gets freaky, it gets hidden. In fact, we are spitting and now we just chilling on 'em. Chill vibes with us cause I'm high end. It's time to get the show poppin'. We got the beat, it's not stopping. I'm topic, work days, break beatboxing, and play some games, stay locked in. G10 bars, be lazy in this crazy life. Just rock it with me. The Starry Story shows. That's how the cipher rolls, you know. And then we let it go into the sky. So chill with me. Yo, Joe. Oh, God. No one can hear me, can they? Oh, no, you can hear me. I'm just not seeing. There it is. Yo, Joe, what's up? Hey, this is Karakunias. We are gonna be doing kind of a short stream, I guess. God, that's how I used to look. That's crazy. But what we are doing today is, it's just gonna be sitting here chilling. I hope you guys are having a good time. I hope you guys will have a good time tonight. I didn't have too big of a high energy stream planned. I'm sorry. If I find myself at a serious block, or if things go smooth enough, I could probably start a fighting game or something. I don't know. But I told myself I needed to work on my other models, and I never been able to just give myself time to do so. So I'm like, why not do it now? So again, very low energy. It's all right if no one pulls through, because I know when it comes to doing art things, not necessarily the most talented of the bunch. And when I be talking, I guess I don't talk too often. So if you're looking for a quiet, chill stream for the night, I will provide for this go around. It's still MomoCon week, don't get me wrong. And if something comes to mind, I'll definitely just start spewing it. I'm also going to be sitting inside the Star Cipher and Andromeda Discord, and it's still an open chat. I'm just gonna be here. So if anyone needs anything, let me know. If anyone do want to talk, I will be keeping an eye on chat too. It's all good. We're like I said, we're chilling tonight. But I need to find the correct window again. Found it. Okay, like I said, I'm working on some new models. I'm working on the other models. If anyone knows, or you can kind of see it here, if anyone knows the lore and stuff of me, there are 3 different forms. 3 eyes, or 3 sets of eyes of the Seraph, whereas there's the one you see, or one you most often see, Alzora, this face right here. There's the red-eyed one, that's Sin, crazy, unhinged, stupid for the sake of stupid. And there is the yellow-eyed one. That is, that is Karaku. So the best way I can do the explanation for those 3 is Karaku is still technically the main body of the 3. Alzora is the first form that people have seen and was exposed to. Alzora is me trying to put my best foot forward. There's a deeper story to it. The short of it is, that's the really soft one, the really kind one. Karaku is very apathetic, and again, Sin is absolutely unhinged. If I could just have like one model where my eye colors would be able to change, I could easily tell you like when what is saying what, or when who is doing what. But I don't have that power, and that's okay. But basically, I wanted to, well, for one, I still need to work on eyes, but I need to also work on just getting their models kind of set up. On one hand, it's kind of easier said than done, but on the other, it's just like, hey, I'm about to copy the initial model and kind of work around with some of the hair textures, because the other 2 forms shouldn't have had like any streaks or anything in their hair, and also like their expressions should be just a little bit different. So that's the idea. That's the big idea for the stream. Create a copy, rename. Am I okay to use that? Cool, I am. Alright, that works. So, I want to go right into it. Just rip the band-aid off and just, oh god, I really don't feel 100% energy. This is probably one of those times where people are like, yeah, I'm gonna take a break today. In my case, it's just, I know I could go for a longer amount of sleep, but if I'm going to be properly ready for like the Momocon trip and everything, I need to stay awake. And also for the thing that's planned for a bit later, I can hopefully stay awake for that too. Otherwise, we're in big trouble. So we're working on Sin. I'll go. I thought I said it. I'm literally low energy. How are you, loser? On Sin. I'm gonna start on first. It's at start on the eyes. If I was to start on the eyes, I still need to do a full revamp of all of the eyes. So instead of doing that, what I want to try and do is mess around with the hair. Not only that, I should probably give you guys a reference as to what I'm working on, or what I'm aiming to do with Sin. I know I have a random image piece somewhere. Okay, found the random image piece. Now I need to find the image in question. If it isn't clear that I do not come into my streams of a game plan, I hope you realize. So I didn't post it here. So where in the heck is that picture? I know it exists. I know I got it somewhere. Is it here? No. Maybe. Let's see. None of that. Not there either. That's when someone drew me as a furry. That's not what I'm looking for either. Interesting. I can't seem to find this image anywhere. Or in the places I would most assume it'd be. Maybe I would dig it up. It's not here, and if it's not there, reference folder? No, those are not the reference I'm looking for. Fortunately, it's not in this folder either. Oh my god. Don't tell me I lost this darn picture. There I have. Oh my gosh. Okay. Alright, I see where we're going at here. So, I guess without figuring out anything, I'm just going to have to drag it out of a site that I at least know where it's at. Go here. Go here. Albums? Oh no. It has to exist back here somewhere. That's too far back. I would show it, but then I would literally like dox everything. I think that's found it. Perfect. I don't know what I'm gonna do for the lower body of it, but at least I have a good base for the top side. If I found the image here, that means I can move it over to here, here, here. Yes. So that means I can go over to this folder, and this is the picture. Oh, right, the image isn't. Let me show it. All right. So this is pretty much the goal. This is a really, really old drawing, and this is not a drawing that I've done. This is actually by my homie, the person that essentially named me Karakunios. This was a very, very old design of Kiraku, and it was like us in high school. So yeah. Thing is, I wanted to adapt that to the unhinged form because it's like, hey, it's a nice callback, and one of the main things that form likes to do is hold on to the past but not stay into it. So want that type of homage feel, Amish? I don't know. Nostalgic, I guess. so I don't have to search any further into this and cause myself emotional damage. Out of that and get back into this window. So the thing is, I'm probably not going to work with the blue streaks. Stylizing the hair differently is going to be tricky. But do I have a temporary eye fix? I think I do. Irises. I think what I can do is click new eyes, edit texture. This import button. Beautiful morning, you're the sun of my morning bed. That was louder than I thought. Hey, Drez. Can't find the eyes. No, I know I have the eyes somewhere. It's not here. Not there. I just have to use the old eyes for a moment just so I know who I'm working on. Because I'll forget real quick and be like, oh, I wonder what I'm doing on this model. It's not that. Is it? I think I found it. Cool. We can use these old eyes here. And I'll work on everything later. So your Andromeda's Blue Sun. One of many self-claimed titles I have, yeah. So the best part I can put it, I believe I have a lore FAQ down at the bottom, but I have the name of Andromeda's Blue Sun mostly because okay, yeah, it's processed in my head, right? I given myself the title of Andromeda's Blue Sun because there's a time where I'm able to get along with everyone well. Not so much as like, oh, I'm self-centered and the world revolves around me. More so, I'm easy enough to get along with and to bring people together. Sometimes not for the betterment of everyone, but it's a fun time. Andromeda's Blue Sun also sounds like a cocky ass title to have. The solar system that I'm from, or the galaxy that I'm from within Andromeda, is more so the sun used to be a bit brighter. However, over time it became pretty destroyed and just a lot of things happened over there. So as I send transmissions from that part of Andromeda here, I'm just like, hey guys, this is Andromeda's Blue Sun. Because, well, while my models can't show it, one of the powers that I have is I always talk about there's an azure flame that burns within me. So, Andromeda's Blue Sun. And if you really want to get into it, that can be a double entendre because I am also a son of parents, Andromeda's Blue Sun. Oh well. But I don't really claim that that part. That's just if someone wants to read into things too much. Alright, I need the eyes to do the thing. I do need to rework the eyes at some point. What I'm going to do now is mess around with the head, if I can find the darn thing. Okay, I think this is it. Wait a minute. I thought you were streaming, Driss. Could have sworn you were live. Let's see. I'll stream later. That's fair. But no, I was like, I don't have an extreme amount of energy. I'm just going to do this. The old hair, the new hair. What I want to do is turn all of this black. And then I also have to adjust some of it. I was bored, so I decided to clean house. That's fair. Clean house makes a clean mind. And maybe clean from clean from allergies. Frick. I've been on a sneezing spree. And it's been no fun. Okay, so look at all of this. I want to turn it black. Sheesh. It's only gonna get worse. What happens if I try and do it simple? No, that's a terrible idea, and I don't know what I was thinking. What about if I do it with the main color? Hey. So what if I change the highlight? Something. But this is basically what I wanted to do to the hair anyway. Just since it's not all white, you can kind of see the glaring clipping of the ponytail now. There's also some changes that I need to adjust to the hairstyle if I want it to look like the example photo. I don't necessarily need for it to be a one-to-one. Still have no idea how I'm gonna make that hoodie work. It's gonna be a lot of playing around with the hair editor and the textures involved with the hair. Am I going to try and put that marking on the forehead too? Like, it's another question I need to ask myself. I'm probably not. I don't have to be 100% to this example. That black. What about the base? Base black. Is that too black? That's too black. Maybe not. To kind of also see how my layering is weird when it comes to hair. That seems nice. This was at least getting to this point is a bit easier than I thought. Go to the overall hair. Thank you for making that saved item. Editing. Able to just click on a singular hair. Up, it's loading. It's loading. Just need to know where it's at. Okay, so I need this entire group. Are you gonna give me the group?
You guys are all
Hey, Flame.
stars. Don't stop shining. You've made your own way in that dark.
Okay, so it's that
1, 2,
entire
3,
group
let's go.
involved. I may have to just bite the bullet and try for like a whole new hair setup for it. Front shouldn't be too complicated. That on the side. I was on the side that a little bit extra. That was front that wasn't necessarily included. Here, I forgot which strand that was. Hair dark, red eyes, that's what I think it is. Well, I'm slowly trying to turn into this, if that's what you're asking. But of course, that's easier said than done. It's an old art from my brother who named me Kirakunios. And that's going to be the other form's design. I've explained it not too long ago, but it was like, hey, this is the form that it's the form that holds on to the past but doesn't necessarily live in it. I may need to blow my nose soon because it's bad. Trying to figure out how I'm going to properly adjust the hair. I still haven't mentally pictured how I'm going to do the hood. Honestly, I may need to just make this motherfucker bald and start from the bottom and get everything right. Since, you know, it's kind of a unique hairstyle. But how are you doing tonight, Flame? You doing alright? I'm kind of leaning more and more towards just saying screw it and try and build the hair up from scratch. I'm afraid to do it, but I already have this baseline hairstyle set up anyway, so fuck it. Turn the bitch bald. 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 Can I not just select all? Oh no. Can I just hold shift and highlight this entire hair? Apparently not. Feeling as usual, kind of a slow day. That is fair. They're gonna make me turn them balls step by step. Or close without saving. Give me 1 second while it loads. Not gonna save this. Okay. All right. That's only a bit better, but it'll do. No, I just want to turn them bald. Start editing without saving. There it is. There it is. They are bald now. No hair. It's gone. Wig snatched. Incredible. Impeccable even. I wonder how people make edge ups in this game. Like, you know, people that just got straight haircut. They have to fade and shit. Oh well. What's wrong with this? It froze again. I clicked on add freehand hair guys. It was like, no bitch, what the fuck do you think you're doing? I'm not sure how long this thing's gonna be frozen. Should be concerned. But okay. Cool. Hair came through. Material layers. I made a whole new hairstyle to this. That's a bit confusing. And I have a harrowing feeling that they're all tied to the older hairstyles. And if I were to do away with them, it would create trouble. Well, unlucky for you, I'm curious. Remove it. Remove it. It won't remove it. But well, I'm hoping that it's removing these. I don't think it's removing it. No, it is. It is. Slowly but surely. Wow. I guess that's one feature that I'm not necessarily liking. That if I have excess or bulk material set in, that I can't simply just remove it or remove stuff in mass. I gotta do the clicking mini game. Don't know why there's so many of this though. I don't know why it's there like this. And the only thing I can even think of is because of what is it called? It's because I exported from the old beta, and it was just like, well, we have to be specific with all of our material. But we'll see. Making sizable progress. It's almost all gone. But yeah, like I said, this stream is probably going to be a bit dull and or boring. I apologize ahead of time. But I really am like out here on we're going to have a low energy stream vibe today. I think the only other thing I could have did was probably play League of Legends. I don't think anyone would have wanted to see that. Well, someone probably would have wanted to. Cool. Removed all the hair material.
the highlight hair. Don't have a main color set up. I'm not editing texture yet. It's freehand, so I guess it's not me drawing. But now begs the question, where is the hair? Nice to have a group. Still need a strand of hair. Brush doesn't necessarily, oh. Huh. Not what I'm looking for, but go off, I guess. Now I remember creating like groups of hair, or being able to just make groups of hair and just work with it. I think that's procedural, not freehand. I'm bugging. Yep, there it is. It's not showing me like, it's not giving me numbers on the side though, which is strange because I know I'd be able to I'd be able to do numbers and shit. Procedural hair guides. Procedural hair guide. Do I double click? I click on the hair here. Oh wait, oof. That may be it. Yep, that's exactly it. Still on the brush tool. Ha. I swear I'm not being slow. So, there's a width that I can decide on. Oop. Jump back too far. What am I trying to do? I know I want it black. Line, shader, shade. So there's no necessarily turning it. Not this way. Guess I'll keep that in mind. Hey Dio, how you doing? I'm trying to crack the code and work on a very old character design and modernize it, as you can see. I'm not able to mess around with it. Straight. What? Exactly, Flame. Exactly one. I can do that. You know, I didn't know. Initially, I didn't necessarily know I could get away with this. It's kind of funky. So what happens if I send everything up top? I think that's literally what flat was just showing me. Yeah, that's exactly what flat was showing me. Cross section, diamond, triangle, bottomless triangle. I don't see any changes. Flat. I swear to you, I'm not fully. I guess it's how it all folds into each other. Kept things as simple as possible though. Sweet, I have another friend right now streaming his game design on Unreal Engine. I didn't know he was a game designer. There's a lot of things people don't know about others. And then when you find out, it's like, damn, it's either I'm shocked or I'm not surprised. So that's what happens when you change the width to absolutely thin, huh? I see why people mess around with the hair tool to make accessories, because you can kind of get away with some crazy shit. But if I'm working on doing this, I'd have to imagine how does that hair look when the hood's off. This is the only image of the old beta design of Karaku that my friend drew for me. He's not gonna have his shirt off like that though. I have to be mindful of Twitch laws. So if I'm doing a reimagining while keeping the integrity of what's Karaku, let's turn his hair black if I can. So let me exit out. Sure, save this one as a new item. We haven't made any progress on it. Anyway. To do that for the hair. Though it probably would have been made more sense if I kept it white. Have you been working on anything recently, Dio? Are you going to MomoCon or something like that? Guide parameters. Yes. I want to become Millie and Vanilli. I'm joking. And get the hair length short. Guide is more or less okay. Offset. You say he has some really big hair. That's not what I'm looking for. Fit the head. Need all of that. It's kind of wonky. Leaf. There it is. There it is. That's definitely not right. Position. I need like maybe 2 strands. I've been learning to 3D modeling tool in Clip Studio Paint for illustration. Oh, that's what's up. I know some people have been picking up Blender and Unity for it. In theory, I need to get a hang of that myself someday. So that I can make cooler models. So I can have bells and whistles. I still have no idea how it make this look without the hood on. Because it's an old drawing, so you know the proportions are here, there, and everywhere. I can see the hook on like the front fringe.
I'm not sure if that's 1 or 2. I'm under the impression of it being 2. And it may be that of a semblance of a Sonic character. It looks like it branches off to about 3 off the side, but with the way that the hair is currently shaped on the screen, that is not going to work. I may have to be specific and mess with this strand by strand if I want to actually get somewhere with it. Which is doable. Give that. Procedural hair count. Reduce the hair count to 1. 2 hook hair in a hood. You do 3. Well, since I know I won't have a toggleable hood, I'm just going to have to, wing it. But yeah, you may be onto something. Oh, okay. So if I were to look at this again. From what I'm seeing, I think the weirdest thing I'm going to have to try and do is replicate a hood being on. That feels slightly strange to me. Well, I'm not working on the hooks to the left right now per se. I'm working on the little tiny pieces to the right, like oh, well, I guess that makes sense that I can't use my mouse to hover over an image that I post on top of whatever. It's just the hairs to the slight right side. And then try and work from a bottom layer up, if that makes sense. Is that what I'm looking for? No. The center. That's what I'm looking for. So we're going to take the hair, move it from the center. The X to stay in the middle. I need the rotation to change. No. Hey, there it goes. We're in a cascade direction, but now I need to change how the hair itself is shaped. That's also part of it. Easier said than done. Mind you, this whole process is completely new to me. So everything that I am doing is a work in progress, and a new challenge. Not sure how to really get it silky smooth. That feels close. If I were to reduce the height just a bit more. But now I ask the question, how much of the forehead am I looking to show? Also need to change the way it's hooked around. Like, let me send you a reference to help with. I see similar character design to another. Send it through Messenger. I mean, I feel you, Chief, but I'm trying to keep it as just close to reference-less as I can. And I know it helps with better clarity and stuff, but I'm just like, just trying to base it off this picture alone.
Still need to figure out how to flip it because there's also still the limitations of just doing it through vroid. Oh dear God. I fear to think of what would occur if I tried to redraw this myself. Oh God. I've not properly drawn something in over 10 years. No, that's a slight lie. 6 years? Maybe 7? It's close to 10. It's not. It wouldn't be pretty. I can tell you that for absolute sure. So technically I want the cascade direction to be here, but I need the bitch to flip entirely. And that's what I need to figure out. Yo. So the cascade sweep answers my own question. But sweep placement. You can choose where the sweep goes. Don't really need to. So if it's hooked over that way. Airport distance. The distance is far. So if that's chunky pattern, what's so chunky? Okay, no. Airline? Okay, that's fair. So if I were to put the X, still need to keep in mind that this is the bottommost layer, and then things will start stacking. So if that's the case, zoom in again. Well, we'll have 2 bottom layers, or at least for the time being. It has to be more strands because I'm looking at the angle that the pictures that the picture was drawn in rather than being taken. It would look like that if you were to go that route, there's no way that the front of the head would only have just those 2 right there. In fact, I may be interpreting the death wrong, if that makes sense. I'll still send you what I've been working on. I appreciate it. And it looks like, the longer I stare at it, the more it feels like that he's wearing 2 hoods, and I'm like, damn, that's double the edge. What was my friend thinking when designing me? I mean, I can already tell you. He was thinking, gosh, what a sad guy. He's such a sad guy. He's the sad man. And that was a title that I begrudgingly held with pride. Yes, contradictory, I know, but it be that way sometimes. So if it were to go like that, and I wanted it to look so... you know, with how bald the design looks right now, so somebody could say that I was attempting to morb. I can assure you, I have absolutely no ability to morb. I'm sorry. I wanted to put a modern play on that hairstyle. I can mess around with a few things. Here, I don't like kind of like how the strand looks. I don't mind for Sin. I don't mind it for Sin if the hair were to cover over the scar as much as the other styles. So if I were to do this, would I be able? What happens if I increase the hair count? Not. Actually, that's not as bad as I was suspecting. What happens if I... No, that's too many strands of hair. Way too many strands of hair. Reduce that count a great amount. No. Intensity. Intensity. Okay. Probably not the chunky pattern. Hair part distance? Yeah, no, that's definitely not what we're looking for. I think it's the interval is what I was looking for. Yep, that's exactly it. I think the problem is there's too many. I think I've added too many strands. But it here. It's a reimagining of this just slightly. I imagine there may be 2 more strands back there. So I currently have the hair count at 5. If I were to reduce it to 4, it'll look something along the lines of this. But it wouldn't look like this is basically where I'm sitting at. Just sent it. I can give that a quick peek. For privacy's sake, I'm not gonna show it. Are you putting the hood on? Yes and no. That sketch does look sick. But yes, as in I'm putting the hood on. No, as in there's an easy way to do so. So this model will have the hood on. The problem is I have to make it out of hair and then put it in conjunction with my outfit or the rest of the outfit. So you see, like, a good example would be my current top, like from the long coat. I'll have to make my hair match into that top and not look like a clipping nightmare. It's going to look like a clipping nightmare. There's no way around it. But if I do pull it off right, it's going to look sick. And that's kind of the goal. And that's a really cool pose. I still want to commission someone to draw me doing the Sonic Adventure 1 pose, the iconic pose itself. Why do I keep changing the hairline? Oh, I believe it's interval that I'm. So it must be interval. If I do it like that, now that makes more awkwardness. I can't have this procedural group work this way, unfortunately. I think I'm starting to think that's just basically the story. It won't split off the way I would like for it to if I were to use too many. Is there a way you can copy and paste the same model and have one with and without the hood? I mean, yeah, but I can't toggle between those models. not through VC Face. And there are folks with like 2D and 3D models that have I believe has toggleable features. I don't know how to do that. I just do what I know and what I can figure out, and be proud of at least what I've done. Sometimes I look up tutorials, and more often than not, those tutorials would require me to go outside of vroid Studio into programs that I don't know. I haven't built up the courage to go into those programs that I don't know, so I stick with what I do know and try and make it work until it's like, there's absolutely no way that this can work. You need to learn how to do this. It's a little stubborn, but at the same time, when it do work though, even if it's slightly scuffed, feels like a little of an accomplishment to me. Switch to interval. Damn, I was thinking what Deb does with the chaos glasses. Well, yeah, Deb has a 2D model. You can kind of do some of the cool stuff like that way. And I think there's some ways that 3D models can do it. And I know VC Face has a couple of add-ons that you can do, at least to put on like accessories and pictures and stuff like that. I do that sometimes with the little king picture, and I put it on top of my head, but there's nothing I can like assign to Stream Deck or assign to a hotkey, and my whole model has a shift. So when I create the other forms, they're just going to be, we're streaming as these other forms. That's it. Oh, can you switch back to your blue form? No, I can't. I can. I'd literally have to go to like the BRB screen and do this change, but so I'm seeing these two. I want to duplicate this. Duplicate it. Bounce it. Want to change the X center and the rotation. Gather. Art. No. Cascade. Yes and no. No, that's not what I'm trying to do. Oh boy. It's gonna make things weird. I want to put this third strand of a different location. Where it's not so much as in the way, because I'll still need, for what it looks like to be like the bigger part to go over as well. Nope. Nope. Maybe, but direction goes out even further. Hello again, Flame. How am I seeing this and how am I visualizing it? Should I keep it at 4, or should I reduce it to 3? Again, I didn't leave. Yeah, but you also ain't say nothing in a minute. It's all good though. Just been invested in the process. I don't know why, but I appreciate it. I'm just, like I already stated, I'm just here for this. I'm just here for the stream, and it's going to be very low energy. Not sure how I want this to go. Because having it at 3 may be the wave. There's no weird extra coloring or anything of that nature that's going to be going into the model this time. Slightly lift it up. How does this look in comparison? Portions are just, it's shaped so funny because a fun fact about the initial design of Kiraku is that Kiraku was essentially made out to be a canon part of my friend's old story. He doesn't go by by this name anymore. He doesn't go by this story's canon anymore. But there was this, while it's not necessarily my story to tell, I believe the long story short of it is there's this to put it in the simplest term, there's this cat boy known as the Crimson Fighter. He fought against family to basically just protect those that he cared about, and some of his family so happened to be evil. After the events that occurred with his family, there were a group of beings known as the Ancients that descended upon the world. That particular group of ancients turned out to be mostly evil, and one of them so happens to be, well, this particular cat boy you see down over here. Funny enough, this particular ancient so also to have been an ancient relative of said Crimson Fighter. I'm paraphrasing his story to the simplest extent because it's been years. As I've said, this drawing is way back in high school, so even I may have things muddied up as far as terms and what have you. But as this particular ancient was brought down, he didn't want to wreak havoc like the others did. It was more so he just wanted to live, just wanted to exist, and would rather not have fought anyone. That aspect of the character I try and bring in today actually, but for the most part, the things that he was able to do was still technically made him a threat. So I believe it was, rather than fight him, said Crimson Fighter basically respected his wishes or something like that. And I think there was probably like a few times where he was forced to actually fight. I barely remember what my friend told me then because it's been years. But the powers that he used to have was that he controlled the gravity around him. And it was a unique thing to where he was able to make things lighter with his left hand, make things heavier with his right. So say if you cut off one of his hands, well, now he's fighting you at half power. But still, it was a really cool concept and design. I put it to where nowadays, or at least this current design that I have, the Seraph and everything, they have very loose control of gravity, but not to the same extent. they still keep the features of needing to use the left hand for one, right hand for the other. So left hand to rise, right hand to fall. Sun rises and sets and all that stuff. But I found it a really fascinating thing. And said friend named me Karaku Neos at that point. So I understand if anyone would probably take offense or anything to, oh no, a black man's using a Japanese name, you're appropriating the race and culture. That's fine and fair. But I'm named this out of sentiment of a very close and dear friend of mine. I feel the pain, I understand. But I like this name a lot because of that reason. Otherwise, I'd still probably be going by Deuce. Well, no, I still do go by Deuce. In fact, Deuce is more or less my preferred name. But I'm okay with any form of Karaku and Neos and Karaku Neos all together as well. So you can basically call me any of the three. I've put that down in my FAQ as well. I shouldn't be chatting off like this, but I get easily distracted, you know. But yeah, there's some design history rather than just lore history for you. But I'm drawing your character to help the visual. I feel you. I also need to like officially commission you. I have to check how much money I have before I do so. But I want a character sheet of this current design, not the one I'm working on, the one that you see before you. There's a lot of details in this vroid model that I'm forced to leave out because I just don't know how to make it and replicate it properly. And I would like for people to, you know, be well informed and they can see me in true final form fashion rather than the scuffness that you see before you. I was going to ask another friend, but I know that they don't often take commissions anyway. And most other artists that I ever see, I am in heavy fear that it's a scam. So I try to make sure that I full-blown trust the person that I'll ask for like commissions and stuff, because I'm still burning up over losing $100. I'm not trying to do that. Got this, got that. Doing this. And I want the other layer to go over. So what if we dupe this again? Dupe this, select those. The hair count needs to go to 1. Hair count goes to 1. I want this to be on the opposite side. And I want it kind of sweep over. Where's the visible? House clean? That's what's up. Why can't I see the hair? Why is the hair missing? Oh, I see. It doesn't show any of the hair strands. What's the point? Because I put the hair count to 0. Ooh, okay. That explains a lot, man. Sitting here looking for the hair, like, yo, where the heck did the hair go? Fix the hair. Come on, put the highlight over it. Oh, the manual sheesh. Sheesh! There's a sound reward somewhere. I don't know where I put my sound alerts this time. I apologize ahead of time. So I have to mess with the entire procedural group if I want to properly change things around. I want this to be fat. And then it'll look a bit better. I also need to change where the cascade is facing. I want it to sweep over this way. So what you're working on? To put it simply, Driz, I'm working on bringing this model, bringing this picture to life. This is technically the first or second ever drawing of Kiraku from my friend who named me Kiraku. And it's a really old setup, and I wanted to put it to the model that is considered a bit on the unhinged side, definitely more openly horny, definitely more psyched up, or just saying left field shit for the sake of saying left field shit. But as far as lore is concerned with my VTuber model, I am a Seraph. I have more than just 2 sets of eyes. If I could really help it, yeah, I would probably have 6 sets of eyes sitting on my model right now somehow. But I can't. But what I can do is make different forms of it, because the way that my lore also works is that those other forms are considered different pairs of wings on me. Since I can't get my wings to show, I have it to where there are a pair of blue eyes, there are a pair of yellow eyes, and there are a pair of red eyes. So each of them holding a different name. The one that you see before you isn't Kiraku per se, but it is my most presentable one. Well, the one that I finished, and the design that I do like the most, I will admit. And it's and this one's code name is this one's name is named Alzora. So there's blue eyes for Alzora, red eyes for Sin, original name I know, and yellow eyes for Kiraku. I'm always on the fence about the yellow eyes design. I have something in mind. I hope to cook it up well. And in terms for the red eyes one, it's this old picture down here. I think the fun fact would be that in the music video or the intro video that I show people, Starry Story Show, it gives you it basically gives you a hint for the new designs. They're old designs for me, but it'd be new for people to see in 3D and in vroid and working and all of that. Plus I also have to modernize it for today's lore rather than keeping it old design. So it makes things a nice challenge, if that makes sense. That's dope. I hope so. Because some of it is cooked out of my brain, and some of it has fallen out of my brain and I've completely forgotten. So it's a struggle either way. Got the cat. Pull the cascade direction back. That's what I want. I need the sweep to change angles. So if the sweep changes angles, I still need to make this a big boy. And I didn't see where you could really change the width of, oh, there it is, width ratio. So that is, but then that's also like poking out in like the scariest way. Like, Jesus, look at those hooks, those big meaty hooks. Oh gosh, I'll see, we'll see. So angle, direction, I gotta work on it. Oh, I can adjust the thickness ratio, so I can make them big meaty hooks. Okay. Terrifying, but okay. Twist intensity. Yo, that's twisted, bro. That's not what we're looking for. Smoothness. That scares me. I'll probably have to mess around with like the parameters on it again. What happens if I give it the freakish height? Oops, that's guide parameters. Length. Length is what I'm looking for. The length goes past the face. So it looks like I still have to tell the guide to go down a little bit. Now, the big challenge for this particular outfit, Driz, is that I still need to make it what's the term? I still need to somehow make this hood work. And that's what scares me the most, because I tried messing around with the hair stuff for like my accessories and everything, and that ended very nightmarishly. So, well, we'll see. Yeah, I can see how that'd be hella different. Yeah, there's a lot of messing around with like this mesh guide up here and praying to God that you can properly connect it to the collars and stuff down here. It's truly the people that have done it right really showed their asses. Like, they really popped off. I think one of the coolest designs that took advantage of the hair editor before there was like hella guides on it was Gunther. Gunther Derringer? I always mispronounce his last name. But he's a fellow VTuber. Fellow VFGC VTuber at that. He doesn't I don't see him at an extreme amount of events, because if I remember, he's like pretty hungry, busy. Why did my mind set default to those words? I don't know. But he actually has a hat on in his outfits, and the hat is based off the hair. What color is his eyes? So I haven't gone into full detail with this particular model's eye color. I do have a reference to them, and it's gonna be the red ones, but I was working on a redesign for them, so I can't give you the full detail because I don't have a physical detail to give you. But what I can do is go to reference, color scheme. And I'll send it to you over Messenger. It's red, but I don't know if there's a specific name for that red or not. So I just shot it to you through Messenger instead. Now, where are you, vroid Studio? Okay, cool. I know I have about an hour before I'll be switching over, and I'm probably going to, like, there's a high chance that I'm probably just going to end stream. I'm not sure. I haven't decided. I set apart 15 minutes to decide whether or not I was gonna do so, because there's admittedly a slight nervousness on whether or not should I be streaming my perspective, should I be doing this, that, and other, and am I going to be rude? Is things going to be wild? I don't know. There's always a we'll see when it comes to that. I can just, gosh. That doesn't change anything. It's like, yeah, I want the cascade to do its thing. I I want it to, well, what I need for it is to hook better. Yikes, that's a little too good of a hook there. I think my hair is morbid. Is that what I was looking for though? Kinda, sorta, not really. I mean, personally, it would do better for it to be like poking out and jutting upwards rather than what it's doing right now. So if I were to base it, maybe if I were to change the X, change the Z a little bit, to where it still looks like it's arching a bit. It kind of sucks when you can't like really like freeform move it the way you want it to. Doing something like now that makes me beg the question on how does the left side looks in comparison, because it looks a little funny. Looks a little funny. Mainly because the cascade sweep isn't exactly where I want it to be at either. Sweep placement. Like, if I can change where the bottom side of the hair is, things may get better. Because I'm trying to do this to where it also don't look like absolute and utter edge. So admittedly, that may be unavoidable. At least I was able to make it wider by increasing the intensity. So put the hairline back to the top. I think that hurts more than helps. For the sake of curiosity, put that there. Center. What I'm trying to figure out now is, there it is. That's what I've been looking for this whole time. Silly me. Okay. That sits in front, more or less. This is, oh God. My head kind of shook to its core for a second, because I was like, this is not looking, this ain't looking clean. This is totally not the energy. Okay, no, I'm looking for a fit to head. No. Wait, maybe no. The offset, right. Have the offset grow a bit. Because it's still going to be an overhead layer. It's just this looks a little too chic. It looks too slick, and I'm like, oh, I'm messing up. Eee! Well, it's not what I'm looking for either. Yes, make it absolutely terrifying. Make the texture wonder, what in God's name are you doing? Yes. 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 Oh no, not on that last part. I don't think he can see. I don't think he can see at all, guys. Okay. Maybe I'm thinking of a way to properly get that hook, get this hook over here to work. Now I'm thinking about taking maybe 2 or 3 layers to have one kind of aim upwards, then one to give the hook from, well, one to aim slightly upwards, one that'll connect to that piece to give it that straight look, and then one that gives it that cut or that jab. But it's really hard for me to properly explain. But that looks like that's the part that comes from the front. If this image is looking correct, I have another part that pokes out even further, which means I would basically have to take the guide here and tell it, hey, I need you to, oh gosh, I need you to basically poke out like this. And it's something along the lines of this. Like, it's not hard. I'm just thinking like interpreting it from 2D to 3D is definitely going to be the challenge here. Especially with my ass not really having good depth perception. How you have 20/20 vision and still be a poor judge of depth perception? Be me. That's it. It's easy, bro. But something like this, something like that. Should probably spend this last hour though working on the true challenge that's to come. I'll leave this here for just haha funny hair memes. But definitely need to take a crack at that. Go hair group 4. No. Keep this group. Duplicate again. This group, duplicate it. Facial hair group. So if I'm going to work on the hoodie portion, I'm curious. I can probably do this easier. Probably do this easier then. So what I'm thinking is go to procedural hair group, add more hair count, I need everything to be flat. I need these flat ones to have a better interval. That looks and feels unsettling. That's not what I'm looking for. So reduce the hair count by a few strands till I can find enough to be like, okay, you'll work for a hood. I need it to change the position to where it's comfortably looks like a hood. Yeah, it makes sense. They'll okie dokie this way. It's fine. It's fine. So I need Oh, it's because the hair count is only 3. That's right, I did make this thing like the widest ever. And then made it as thick as I inhumanly could. I think we reduced the thickness too low. Can't change the width. But what I can look into doing is not you, not you. We got something. Cooking with fire. So we got those changes. Change the thickness to 1. I need to straighten the hair and reduce the overall length as well. Because we need the length of the hair, or hood in this matter, to just hit the hood. Sweep. No direction. No weird placements. Just so instead of it having this weird archaic look, does this help? To some degree, yes. It helps a metric fuck ton. I still don't know how I'm gonna replicate this in vroid Studio, but hang on. I'll show it for everyone else to see too. Okay. So add image. Random image 2. Just need random image 2 to exist for a second. Right. Okay. Go down here. This was just sent to me from Dio. Covers me up entirely. Will the zoom on me work? Damn it. I knew I was being too ambitious. Okay. So grab a second random image. I'll just switch them out. It'll work that way. Since I'm just working on the headpiece of them anyway. And this does. And it does what it needs to do. So just do that. And do this. And that should, okay, cool. Both references will at least show up on screen this way now. So the thing is, I'm not going to work on the I'm not going to fit in that forehead piece. I believe that was some ancestral stuff that was that tied into his story. I don't need that. But I do appreciate the attention to detail, my man. Now I need to figure out the mystery that is this blocky ass hair that I've set up for myself. You know what? I think I know what I gotta do. Kill that. Just add a new group. That way I know it won't like feel like everything's in the way and that everything's falling apart. Make it straight. And do I adjust the offset? It touches the hoodie well, but I'll have to mess around with the guide to properly stretch it out. So what I'm looking for is looking for the hair count. Found it. I've increased the hair count. I've increased the hair count so much and I actually have not distributed any of it. So, okay. I need to make this. Now I need to make this open enough to be a hoodie. But I have to be mindful of the interval. But if I do it this way, one of the drawbacks will be messing around with the textures to properly give the hoodie the lines the lineup that needs to be done. So what if I did reduce the hair count so I can visibly see the hair textures. So I want to adjust the position of this to be as if I was wearing the hoodie. I want to adjust the width. I'm pretty sure I saw the width somewhere. Width ratio. Make it wide enough. Then I can mess around with some of it. I think this is too thick. I have to reduce its thickness so that it's more so like a fabric. Yes, paper thin. If I do that, it's like it interrupts with some of the roundness. It's gonna be interesting. That's probably the best way I can put this. So I've changed the hair count to 4. 4 is pretty darn close to what I'm looking for. It gives me each strand to work with. Everything's kind of formed together and it clipped plenty. So that looks like that's another thing I have to look out for. What do I do to make it smooth around the sides to where it will not clip funny? We got our work cut out for us. So intervals. It looks like the 5 hair count will be what we're ideally going for. Looks like. Let me change the position, I know I said this would be difficult, but maybe I'm in just slightly over my head. Even the front side over here isn't fully covered by my warranty or life insurance policy. And then I still have to worry about the offset and then making everything kind of just squeeze in correctly. Because it still has to be a hoodie. Still needs to be bigger than the hair that is currently involved. And then the guides at the bottom still needs to basically hook in like so. Say if I were to use this little neck collar area as the hood itself. and I also have to try not to make it look too awkward. What if I were to stretch it down and base it from the shoulders like a hoodie normally does? It's not too awkward. I mean, yeah, no, the hair stuff is absolutely bonkers wrong, but still just working on the outline of everything before I try and play super challenge mode, if that makes sense. It's a real head scratcher, I will tell you for sure. Because now I also have to figure out what will it take for this to not do all of that and still come out straight. Or to do that, that could smooth out some of the issues. But what about the other parameters here? I don't want to just thin the whole thing out though. So I need it to bell shape but not clip too hard. But it will clip. I see the idea. Yeah, like I didn't take this to be impossible, but holy moly, there's some parts that I guess, well, there's some factors that I just didn't see, or that I didn't perceive that was going to be as much of a problem as it is now. Push in the guide here. Overall length still needs to go low. So push in the guide there. It will close in some of the neck part, but not all of it. The curvature is still weird. And I still have to do something about the top layer. Whereas it still needs to look like it's gonna hook around everything. How many strands of hair? 1, 2, 3, 4? So if I had 4 individual cuts, and if I thin it out, I can make that blend in a bit better. That shouldn't be impossible. If I do it the right way, it shouldn't be impossible. But who says I'm gonna do it the right way? I'm just gonna try and do it. So we're gonna make a duplicate, hide all 4. When we make the dupe, we have exactly 1 strand of hair that's still able to be used, but it still applies to the same rules as the rest of the hair. Change the position of hair, and then see what happens if I kill the width. I just wanted to fit in place and not clip. Hey. I think it's because of what I did with the bell shape parameters too. It's not too terrible. Should be able to pull out the thickness a little bit. Oh, that's another issue. Because of how it's shaped and stuff, even if some of it gets covered up, I think it's gonna trip by layer. Virtue. Well, I'm just trying to get a look-see. And this is looking fine. It's looking fine. It's fine. But if we're to mess around with that guide portion, I would have to try to push the guide out. I don't think it's gonna like that too much. It's not being too much of a homie for it. So that's not too terrible. I'm seeing the idea. I can't delete that hair. So if I were to make another procedural group, work it the same way. Means they change the position here. Grab this here, move it over here. Like this is gonna look scuffed, but it's worth a shot. Change positional to here. Try and have it cover up here, and then one more positional. Well, technically two more. Well, no, technically, yeah, technically two more. Where to? Other group. Put that there. And then grab, create one more duplicate. Move it to somewhat like the middle. Flip the position back to where it needs to be. Except for this one, reduce the length and widen it. Hey CC, how's it going? Damn, it doesn't get wide enough. That's fair. That's fine. I'm at least in the right ballpark for what I want to do. If this is the case, then that means I can probably work on it piece by piece. Don't remember exactly what width I was working with. If you're just tuning in, CC, I'm literally working on the well, it's my day off, so better than usual. That's what's up. I'm working on new model design because, you know, me, I can't do things in secret and be like, hey, retweet this 20 times to see the new model. I just can't do it. I just do new stuff and you just see it happen. But yeah, how are you doing tonight? The length of it's probably not too bad. I'm going to try and aim for it to be further out though. If I'm going for the front side of the hood D, then I want it to be something along the lines of this. So if we're working with this type of parameters, another group. You know, just so I know what I'm working with here, I need to reduce the hair counts of these to 1. And I hope that doesn't like hurt the process. Wouldn't be surprised if it does. I got a message. I chose to torture myself because gaslighting. What did you do? Wait, who gaslight who? Huh? I'm very confused. What's going on? I'm literally just sitting here morbing. Okay, I'm not morbing. I need to stop making that joke. But still. It involves a DDR pad and Tekken. I almost shudder to think what in God's name you're doing right now. It's gonna be a lot of layers. And then this one would have to have like a bit of a longer length, but I can't cut off a portion of it. Well, actually, I probably can cut off a slight portion of it. It would be, what's the way? Going into the textures itself and like actively shaving off layers. Or erasing some of it so it'll be transparent. So with that in mind, I could probably make a strand like so and try removing some of it. That way it still connects to the hood. Yeah. This part's just going to get unnecessarily funky. I can already tell at this rate. So another layer here. I need more shorter layers around here. Nope, can't do it that way. What did I delete? I shouldn't have deleted that. And position. Okay. So what did I keep? Oh, that's what I kept. I can delete that. Have this, I have this, this. So duplicate. Go down to this procedural group. Okay. And I can reduce the length here. A little bit, not too much. I'm a VIP, homie. I'm surprised you didn't notice that. You're literally like in most, if not all, my stream chats. I'm gonna have to mess around with the guide a bit because I don't like how the hood is shaping up. I wanted a more round look, and it's yeah, it's making me a little sad inside. Do another duplicate. Switch the position. So the giant hair is going to definitely get a little bit in the way of the hood for that. But if I'm able to do what I'm planning on doing, that may not be an extreme issue. Excuse me. I need to find the singular hue. Need to find you. I don't think that's what I was looking for. I was gonna just going to hook off more or less. I need to reduce the length. Let me look at these images again. I may be very off the marker. The hair that's in the way and the hair that's jutting out. Technically, the hood by design is too small. Ain't that about a female dog? So another thing I'm gonna have to do is address the hood size. I do like the idea of the hood being slightly tattered there, so that little corner can stay, but no way that this can be a long time deal. Grab this, get around to the other side. What I need to also do is length, split up a bit. Just the position. Oh boy. Always more problems than solutions. But yeah, I definitely need to make this bigger and shrink the size of shrink the length of some of the front hairs. Because I think it's doing a little too much. And it's like, it's not aligning up right. And that's my B. I don't have the maths for it. 0.52. Scroll up, length. 2. Up. Length from here. 0.65. Length 0.65. And then, so this would pretty much be the hood. I mean, of course, there's a lot of work that needs to be done, but this is looking interesting so far. Okay. So I'm going to need to definitely expand the size of it just a bit. I mean, yeah, it'll help me house the rest of the hair, and hopefully the hair won't look as awkward as it does right now. But I also know I have like 10 minutes before I need to decide on, am I going to continue streaming or am I going to Mac freaking stop? I'm trying to crack what I'm going to do next. What I need to test, and this is important, is can I properly remove some of the texture? Because if I can't, then this is going to be more problems than solutions. Now, I'm seeing down here where it's like, hey, you can edit the texture. There's an issue of it most likely being it could indicate for like the texture for everything rather than just some of it. Can I make a new layer? That I can. So I made a new layer. Click edit texture. Oh gosh, that's kind of weird. I'm not gonna lie. Okay. Edit texture and grab the eraser. And what I'm trying to do is it won't let me pre-fire, more or less, lack of a better term. Excuse me, I'm trying to delete. Oh, that's bad. It won't let me clear off some of the hair that I'm trying to clear off. Maybe I'm blind. Maybe I'm not seeing it right. No? I'm clearly removing the inside of the blue hair? Wait, what? Huh? Color me confused. Yeah. I see the attempt at removing it. That's not good. That's not good at all. Grab that, remove that. That doesn't make any sense. Am I out of my mind? Maybe. What happens if I remove the highlights? Well, great. By great, I mean this is terrible. So my plan was to use the eraser tool to properly clear out the portions of the hair that I was going to. Oh, I don't know why it has me doing it in such an extreme manner. Now I'm confused. Switch to the eraser. Brush width, brush opacity, UV world, layer opacity. So what if I tried the softer method? No. And I can't really just play the guessing game and hope I eventually get it right. In fact, it looks like it's the other way around when I have to try and clear. Am I clicking the view right video? Okay. It's the other way around when I have to try and clear it out. Or not. What in the world? Am I hallucinating? I don't think I am. I think this is lying to me in the worst possible way.
Big meaty man slapping me.
It's not the time. But I feel you. And what is it? What is it that's in the way? Bro, what? Yeah, man. Big meaty man slapping meat. Have you not heard that classic line from the one Big E himself? I confidently disagree. So, the context for that is literally from the New Day's podcast when they were talking about what were their dream opponents. And Big E had quite the statement. And I felt that on a personal level. Because what is wrestling but not big meaty men slapping meat? Oh, I think I see what's going on now. The reason why one layer into the other layer isn't working is because it's taking more than what I'm thinking it's taking. If my guess is correct, scroll up. Yep, Perino. God damn it. So the reason why this isn't erasing the way that I thought it'd be erasing is because it's on a dual layer system where I'm erasing one half of it and then eventually I get to the other side that needs to be erased. I think what the texture's done is that it's layered the heck up to where I won't be able to remove one end without eventually getting through the other, which, with all due respect, is bullshit. But I at least know the problem now. Will that make things even more difficult to make the hoodie? You bet your sweet bippy it will. Oh, that's going to be a pain. That is going to be an absolute pain to try and do then. And with the way that the layering and everything looks right now, it's gonna be a rocky mess. Curious for it, but I can't say that I'm necessarily excited to truly tackle this. This feels like pain. So remove that material. Should be able to duplicate the material, but this is not necessarily what I want to duplicate because I still will need to draw the layers properly too, and that's gonna be a problem all in itself. But I guess what I'll do is use these last few minutes to somehow widen the layers of the hairs involved. All right, I'm gonna have to do it one by one. But yeah, need to widen and make this look a little bit more smooth. No, I'm really gonna pull that off. I may need to somehow add more points onto the grid. Not sure I'm gonna do that either. Yeah, stretch that. Somehow also widen it out. Why isn't it not working for both sides? That's one of probably the biggest reasons why it wasn't evenly distributed, because it wasn't even the whole time. I swear to God, if I click this and both sides move. Fuck everything. I may have to try and do all of this all over again. just so I can have an even split that way. God damn it. God damn it. God damn it. Okay, well, I at least played around with it until I got in a good ballpark of what I wanted to work with. I've gotten very close to what I need to do, but it's also 15 minutes before a thing. So I need to make a decision on, am I going to stream my perspective or am I just going to pass it off to a homie? This feels really productive. I feel kind of good about this stream, and I don't mind keeping this one short because this is kind of experimental anyway. So stretching it out and playing a different game may be a bit off-putting from the initial chill vibes I'm bringing, and that's okay. So I think I'm gonna find a homie to raid so I can get ready for the Mario Party with, well, Tris was in chat right now actually. So gonna get ready and play that. I do have to use the restroom anyway, so this works out. I'm going to find a homie for us to raid, and we'll have a good time from there. Now, from what I'm seeing, is someone celebrating their birthday. So that may just be the move. Checking through. There any homies? There anything? Yeah, that may definitely be the one. I don't mind doing so. It's definitely been a while anyway. Yep, I am not going to give myself another brain meltdown. We'll definitely do it. It's their birthday and I don't mind doing so. I'm going to pass this over to the birthday boy, Jack TW. You guys did enjoy the stream. I'm probably gonna do more of these so I can actually make progress on, my music and my models and stuff. Playing games are fun, but when I start having streams like this with just having low energy, being able to talk and stuff like that, it's a real nice mood, real nice feeling. So let me go ahead and do things proper. This has been Correct and Neos, gonna be signing off for the night. I want you guys to wait a minute. Chris, were you up right now? Like, were you live up right now? Or no, I don't think you're live up right now. It's fine. I'm gonna go ahead and get actually prepped for the thing. So this is Correct and Neos signing off for the night. I want you guys to remember that you're always welcome here for another verse. Until next time, sayonara to Oyasumi. Well, also, before I actually close out, gonna play a different outro this time around, so it won't be the triple S. Have a good night.
Stand together, you'll be next to us. We'll fight for the best you.
So how big was this victory?
I have to pull an audible. Apparently, I'm not able to rate this person. Oopsie whoopsie, that's a fucky wucky. I tried to rate him. It was like, no, bitch, you can't rate this person. They only allow in-network raids. And it's like, oh, fair. I understand. I am not a homie. I'm not mad. Well, yeah, sometimes people miss the raid. Emote spam ruin. Yeah. I got a contingency already in place. I find it hilarious, but It really be that way. Now, where is she? I saw her. I know I saw her. Ah, there. Alright, cool. Well, Serena's live, so I'm gonna pass it off to the one Serena Penguina. She's streaming the Guilty Gear plus R. I know it's gonna be far from the chill that I was, but hey, it's still a good time. You guys have a wonderful night. I'll see you next verse.
Stand together, you'll be next to us. We'll fight for the best you.
So how big was this victory? Or how big was the loss? Or did you sacrifice something that was special to the point that the win was not worth the cost? Though life gets difficult and tests you, breaks you down to the point you can't get through. We'll stand together, you'll be next to us. We'll fight for the best you.
Eyes around the globe, don't face me. Move at the speed of light, don't chase me. I'm so out of this world, can't trace me. They'll yell Kiraku, can't replace me. No matter if it's dead or alive, I'll keep the dream on with the burning inside. See the flames in my kicks when I'm spinning your mind. With the rhymes on the line when we find better times when we online and in the star cipher. All my stars are going mad hyper, cause they be moving, the party's grooving. And we won't stop cause you said so. And now your head straight out and it's official. She 10, she rising and mental. It's running in the 90s, no initial. Versatile is the style when I get to. And no, you're always welcome for another verse. Anytime, don't worry, it's fine. Kindness can be so divine. We use it to help others shine. So stand by me if you're feeling the love, or stand aside if you're feeling above. Just know the sun will never go